I think Jim Leland will get it again. Absolutely. Plus, I'm starting to jump on board the Jim Leland bandwagon. I think he's a great manager. My American League Cy Young Award is going to go to Mr. Verlander once again. So, and my American League champion is going to be, I think, Detroit. Because like I said, I picked them to win the World Series. Now let's go on to the National League. Brace yourself, Cardinals and Brewers fans, because I'm going to save you guys the best for last, because I have a lot to say about you two. Well, not the fans, but I'm talking about the teams. Let's start off out west once again. The National League West. San Francisco. Arizona. Last year's divisional champs. The Dodgers, the Rockies, and the Padres. That division will belong to the Diamondbacks or the Giants once again. I'm not going to go into detail because I'm saving my long detail for the East and the Central. Because Giants and the Diamondbacks have pitching and hitting. The Rockies only have hitting. Stupid mistake getting rid of Ubaldo Jimenez, by the way, Colorado. Stupid mistake. Dodgers, really, they only have pitching, and the Padres have nothing. So, it's going to belong to either the Diamondbacks or the Giants. Let's go on to the Central's going to be last. Let's go on to the National League East. Philadelphia, the Mets, the Braves, who else is it? Crap. Sorry. The Phillies, the Mets, the Braves. Sorry, hang on. Just 1 second. Crap, did I seriously forget who the fifth team? Sorry, I'm stupid right now. The Nationals and now the Miami Marlins. Again, sorry about that little error, by the way. Brain fart. Okay, so. Phillies, Braves, Nationals, Mets, and the Marlins. The Miami Marlins, I should say. That division is going to belong to the Phillies again because, Phillies have by far the best pitching rotation in baseball. And Roy Halladay, Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels, hopefully Roy Oswalt. And then you have a stacked lineup of hitters. Ryan Howard, my boy, by the way. Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, hopefully Raul Ibanez, Carlos Ruiz, Pablo Francisco. I don't know what their third baseman's name is. But yeah, you have Charlie Manuel, the best manager, one of the best managers. Oh yeah, that's right. I also forgot about my favorite right fielder in Hunter Pence, acquired from the Astros last year. So, obviously, I don't need to go into full detail there for the Phillies. Now, the Marlins, I think, are going to be the first surprise team in the National League, especially in the National League East. Because you have Ozzie Guillen, an expert manager. You don't have Jack McKeon. You have Hanley Ramirez, Jose Reyes. I forgot who the rest on the Marlins staff are. You have a decent pitching rotation in Josh Johnson and Javier Vasquez. And plus, with Ozzie's experience, I like the Marlins to be a surprise team this year. After years of suffering, Marlins, I got you for surprise team number 1. Okay, Cardinals and Brewers fans, brace yourselves. we're on the Central now, the division I have the most to say about. Okay. Cardinals, Brewers, Astros, Pirates, Cubs. Cardinals, Brewers, Astros, Cubs, Pirates, and Reds. Okay, yeah, another brain fart. Sorry, people. So the other day, I was reading an article that said that the Cardinals and the Brewers have an identity crisis. The entire NL Central has an identity crisis. Here's the thing. I don't agree with that. Why? Let's start with the Cardinals. You see, St. Louis, yes, you guys just won your World Series. You guys also lost probably the best player to ever play in the majors to date today. But you see, I wouldn't worry so much about this coming year. Why? Because you still have Matt Holliday, Lance Berkman, David Freese. You have one of the best pitching rotations in baseball. You have Yadier Molina. Who else? No, that's pretty much all I know in the Cardinals. So, you see, the only thing I would be concerned about is if your new manager's Mike Matheny's system doesn't work. That's the only concern I have for you guys. So, honestly, St. Louis fans, I'd sleep well at night because I think everything is going to be just fine. Except for, like I said, if your manager, Mike Matheny, is not that great of a manager. Let's go to the rest of the division before I move on to my favorite team in that division, the Milwaukee Brewers. Cincinnati appears the clear favorite, but again, I do not agree with that. I think they could be a wild card team, but not a division winner. Houston, you still got a long way to go, Houston. Seriously, you got a long way to go. Bad mistake giving up Hunter Pence. I'm not kidding you. That was probably the worst mistake you guys ever made, getting rid of Hunter Pence. The Cubs, 105 years, 100 more till you win another world title. Sorry, guys, you just need some star players, and you don't have any. Pirates, now, Pittsburgh, I think they would be a clear surprise team, if not St. Louis, Milwaukee, or the Reds. Andrew McCutchen, you have Clint Hurdle, decent pitching rotation, decent hitters. Like, I think it's one of the LaRoche brothers, Adam LaRoche. No, it's Andy, because I think Adam's on the Diamondbacks. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Pirates would be a somewhat favorite. Now let's move on to the Brewers. This one is probably, in my opinion, the biggest story of the offseason for teams in the NL Central. You lost Prince Fielder. Let's see what else. Ryan Braun could very well possibly be suspended for 50 games. Brewers fans in Milwaukee and Brewers fans all around the world, there's nothing to worry about. Let me tell you why. You have, again, you also, sorry, I didn't mean to say again, but you also have one of the best rotations of pitchers in baseball. First of all, you have my favorite pitcher in the entire Major League Baseball, and Mr. Zachary Greinke. You see, Zach Greinke struggled during his first few starts last season. I mean, that's understandable. You're in a new system, you're in a new city, but I mean, the only difference is that Zach had star hitters helping him. You have... Well, I'm going to get on to the hitters whenever I'm done talking about the pitchers. You have Giovanni Gallinardo. You have Sean Markham, Randy Wolf, Milwaukee, sleep well tonight as well. I wouldn't worry. And here's the thing. Screw what the analysts say. Honestly, I mean, you and St. Louis will be fine. But, you see, about the hitting, yeah, you lost a superstar, but you still have your other. You just won't have it for 50 games. But I wouldn't worry about not having Ryan Braun for 50 games. You still have Corey Hart, Casey McGee, and then you have Ricky Weeks. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to make up for losing Ryan Braun for 50 games and then losing Prince Fielder to the World Series favorites of this coming year, the Detroit. You still have a good pitching rotation. And plus, hold on, your manager is more experienced now. And your manager, you all are used to his system now after a year of playing under Ron Renicky. So, Milwaukee, seriously, don't worry about anything. Now for my division pick. You see, Cincinnati is a clear favorite, but I don't agree. I think out of St. Louis and Milwaukee, the two teams in that division to make the playoffs last year, I like Milwaukee's chances, especially when Ryan Braun comes back. Because, you see, you have a superstar. Actually, hold on. Milwaukee will be the new St. Louis. Because, you see, St. Louis had the same thing. Albert Pujols, superstar. Matt Holliday, Lance Berkman, David Freese. Somewhat decent stars, talented for sure, and one of the best pitching rotations. Now it's Milwaukee's turn. Ryan Braun, Zach Greinke, Giovanni Gallinardo, Sean Markham, Randy Wolf, and then for the other star hitters around Ryan Braun, Casey McGee, Ricky Weeks, and Corey Hart. So, Milwaukee, I like you guys to win that division again. Wild card, that one, I think the Reds will make it. So, Cincinnati, I at least picked you guys to win the wild card. Now, let's go on to my final two wild cards. I already said Cincinnati. My other final wild card is going to go to the Miami Marlins. Yes, I said you Miami Marlins. My National League Manager of the Year award is going to go to, let's see here. I like Ron Renicky. I think despite questions against the Brewers, I think they're going to do just fine. So Ron Renicky, I like you to win the Manager of the Year in the National League. My National League champion, that one I am going to have to go with the Phillies.